So these fish have went down now. They're done chasing shad.
So this is just going to be like a rare one you catch.
No, this is what we're going to be doing now because they're getting a lot of boat activity. So now I've switched you to a bottom bait like this, and I switched me one. This is called a brush hog.
A brush hog?
A brush hog. It's a different bait than you have a worm.
Okay.
You have a flick shake worm. So we're going to catch them on the very bottom now because now they're moving down. They're not jumping as much anymore because get away from the boats, all the traffic. So same type fish, nothing down the...
No crawdads
No crawdads, 2 good eyes.
Yeah.
So we're just going to let him go.
Okay.
And this one is how I do this is I just rig this back in. This is called Texas rigs. So so it doesn't, and I put the hook right back in the body.
So it's got like a double hook kind of?
Right. And we're going to move up to some weeds.
Okay.
Further up the lake. So go ahead and reel yours in again.
Okay.
We're going to play with this a little bit. This is called flick shaking.
Flick shaking.
Flick shaking. It's
Okay.
from Japan. And there's not a whole lot of people. A lot of people do this, you know. And it's a good way to catch fish because we're sticking the weight on the hook. So now would be a good time to do this. So the flick shake has a little weight on the hook.
Okay.
Not like mine, all right? So this is going to be an open concept to fishing. So all we do is hook the body of the worm like this, all right? So I'm going to drop this in the water and watch what this does. So we're going to drop it in the water. See how that kind of has a lot of action?
Yes. It's got a lot of
And when it sinks, it does that too. When it sinks down, it kind of just wobbles.
Wiggles down.
And when the fish see it, you know,
they get real excited.
They get excited.
Looks really
right.
realistic.
So on the bottom, when you pull it, it's going to go like this.
Okay.
See how it goes up?
And with the glimmer on it, it'll catch the fish's eye.
Right. That's what we're doing. We're trying to get the fish's eye.
Get their attention, especially because they're not all out feeding.
Right. So we're going to fish structure with this. Structure meaning we have an island because we know there's an island there because there's a pole there and there's a big rock sticking out. So that last one I caught was close to that. So we're going to just hold your rod up. Now you're going to hold your rod up. You're not going to hold it down when you're crankbaiting. So you're going to watch your line go to the bottom. See it sinking, 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 sinking. And right here, I'm in 18 feet of water. So it's still sinking. You can see it going down.
Way down.
Now your line is limp on the surface. So now you're going to just kind of pick up, shake it like this.
So you're making the worm move in the water.
Right, we're making the worm move. And then we're going to let it sink again. Then we're going to pick it up, move it, shake it.
Okay.
Then we're going to let it go down. That's why they call it flick shaking. Pretty cool name, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and you'll work it back to the boat like this, and I'll back up away from the island.
Okay.
Because we saw all those fish breaking around here, remember?
Yeah.
So they're in the area.
Yeah.
Now they're on the bottom because I'm watching my
out.
graph, and so I'm seeing them. So anyway, that's how you're going to work that back. You're just going to, you know, work it back nice and slow like that. You're going to let it sink down to the bottom. Always you want to hold your rod up.
Okay,
and
so
it's a
never
slow
bring it
process of fishing. It's not cranking fish in or nothing. So you got to wait till that goes back down and hits the bottom again. See, it's going to take time because the deeper we go out, the more it has to sink. But you want to be towards the structure too. So go ahead and reel it in, and we'll cast out again towards the pole.
Okay.
Flick the wheel over. Now just kind of cast out that way. You're using your whole arm again. Remember, just your wrist. Hold your arm in like this instead of like this.
Alligator arm it.
Just like this. Hold your wrist down and just go flick it out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that way you'll know how to do it.
Don't bring the pole all the way over.
Right. You're going to pull it. You're going to hold it here, but you're going to go over your shoulder and just throw. Nice and easy. Remember,
so there's the swivel again.
That line has a line called nanofill.
Nanofill.
It's not monofilament like this. This is a nanofill line.
Nanofill.
Oh my gosh, look at that. I just pulled that. I felt the burr. I felt the burr in my line, and I pulled it, and it was a nick. And this is what happens on fluorocarbon, folks. You got to keep filling that line, and when you get something that nicks that fluorocarbon, it can. This isn't real light line. This is 15, 16 pound line, and so there was a nick in my fluorocarbon, so it went ahead and just broke. So if I would have got a big fish on this, you know, on this fluorocarbon,
you would have lost it.
I would have lost it.
So is that what makes this nanofill line different?
Nanofill is more of a braid,
Okay.
and it's a lot sturdier than this.
Yeah, yeah. So you
But
can pull the big
this
fish.
is heavy line. I mean, this is not light line. So thank God that I, you know, felt this.
And where do you get the nanofill line from?
You buy all that at the Bass Pro Shop.
Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, they carry everything at the Bass Pro.
Yeah, it's the place to go.
Right, that's the place to go. It's a little less than 200,000 square feet.
Nice.
It's got a restaurant inside. Have you been there?
I have been at Bass Pro Shops.
You have?
I love that place.
Once you go, you may be surprised the people that have not visited Bass Pro.
Wow.
I mean, there's people that don't even know it exists.
It's a good place to go. Even for teenage girls, I can find something there.
Oh, I mean, my wife likes going because they got all kind of blouses and jewelry and shirts and nightgowns and shoes.
Plaids for the winter time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they always have a sale going all the time.
Yeah, I got one. I got a bite.
Okay, don't reel it all the way up to the end this time.
Okay, because I don't want to catch on this.
There you go. All right.
Woo!
Ta-da! Okay, we're gonna
let it go.
Yeah, the trick is always leave about 4 feet of line out.
Yeah.
And then when you pull it up, you can grab it.
Just reach up and grab it.
So.
There you go.
There he is. Small one, but it's a fish.
Bite.
And you caught it on a flick shake.
Yeah, I caught it on a flick shake.
Yeah, it's a new idea. So
yeah,
we're gonna let him go. So let's try it again.
Okay.
That's a good way to learn, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. That one was really sudden. It's a lot harder though once it's in the water.
Oh yeah, once it hit the bottom though, could you feel him grab it and pull it?
Oh yeah, it was so sudden.
Okay, so there's your swivel right there.
Yep.
Cast out again. You actually just casted it right out there in the no man's land, you know.
I did. I think that's just one of those.
Well, we got them rolling around out here. Remember on the graph I was seeing them all over out there?
Hanging out.
And there's a little point that comes off the rocks out there. We got an island behind us and a little point coming out this way. So, and it's not that deep out there. It's only 10, 12 feet. So were you jiggling it like you
was. I was gonna start reeling it in again, just kind of bring it up, and he took it.
Wow, nice. So you're learning a lot of different techniques today, you know.
Yeah.
We caught them on topwater, we caught them on crankbaits. Now I caught one on a brush hog Texas rig, and now you caught one on a flick shake. Okay, so you want to.
So you do reel it in a little bit with this one?
Yeah, a little bit, but you don't have to keep shaking it that much. You shake it and then you let it fall back down.
Right, because it's moving a lot, and with the ripples in the water.
Because you don't want to move it that much, but you shake it a little bit. You know, and I'm doing the same with mine. I shake it a little bit, but I always stop and rest so that when they see it and it goes back down is when they bite it.
Okay.
So we'll just keep moving because I know those fish are somewhere around here, close by.
Just waiting.
And they may not be here, but they might be, you know, 50
down
feet.
In the brushes?
Yeah, up in the bushes. We just have to find them, kind of like we did on the main lake. So go ahead and reel in, because you're like way back there right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get anything.
You're learning a lot today.
I am.
I mean,
Using
you're
all
learning.
kinds of techniques.
Or I might trade you out for a Texas rig.
Oh,
you got one. 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 You got one.
Oh, dang it! Oh, he's hard.
Easy. Don't just take it. Oh. Okay, now leave out the line out. Bring him up.
Okay.
You got one.
There we go.
Well, your flick shake is sure working good.
Yeah,
huh?
Flick shake is the way to go.
This is the most perfect place to catch a fish, right in the top, because you can just take it out of his mouth.
Yeah,
so easy.
Easier to hook.
You know, and then just let him go. So I grab him by the lip, nothing down the throat. But he's healthy because he's fat.
Yeah,
so
he's got good coloring too.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah,
they're pretty fish.
Real nice. Are we gonna?
Let him go. Let me put my rod down so I can help you.
Oh, he's heavy.
That's because the drag is singing out.
Oh.
Yay, you got one.
Another one.
And you actually got that on a, look at that worm with the chartreuse.
Oh, yeah,
see?
so they do like the chartreuse.
They like the chartreuse, but yeah, nice. Nice little one.
Yeah.
Boy, you're getting good. Now you're doing it. Now you're catching them on Texas rig.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There we go.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, we're back in a little bit calmer area because the main lake got so busy, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was terrible with all the boats, all the water
So much
skiers
weight.
and stuff. We were just getting tossed around.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we couldn't use the mic. The wind was blowing really bad. So I've caught some flick shake fish back in here because it's calm. And with these steep bluffs and these nice gravel bars here, it can be actually pretty good. You know, all I got to do is find them on my graph, you know, and find out the depth. So I got shad on the graph right now. So all we want to do now is just kind of fish for a minute. But remember what I told you this morning? What was the #1 place to find fish?
Up on the points.
And we have a point coming up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, points and rocks. Those two combinations are really, really good. So with this much being said, that point coming down there and that one over there, and that one up there are going to be the 3 key locations in this cove.
Spots.
Right, the hot spots. So we're going to just work that up, and you remember how to work that. Cast it out, you know, 5 feet from the bank, and then just kind of jig it a little bit, then let it go back down.
Whoop, not like that. I didn't let it go.
That's a do-over. It's kind of like a mulligan in golfing. You get to do it over.
Yeah.
That's a good part about fishing. Now, if that was your dad, it'd be different, you know, but since he's not fishing, there it is.
Thanks.
Got it. So I'm going to drop shot, you're going to flick shake.
Yep.
And they're both good techniques when it gets really, really tough out here. So we'll just kind of keep going till I can find some fish and what depth they are in. So just kind of let that go down, let it go, watch it, let your line just sink down till it goes limp on the water.
Okay. And really shake.
Hang on a minute, did it go limp?
Yeah.
Did it? Okay, all right, so it's on the bottom. So you shake it a little bit, then you stop. Then you shake it a little bit, then you stop. I got to keep looking at my graph because if I find some fish, I'm going to stop the boat.
Okay.
And then we're going to just drop right on them, okay?
Okay.
And then that way we can see which one will bite. Especially if there's 2 or 3, we might catch 2 out of a pack.
Yeah.
Who knows,
Yeah.
you know?
Snag them real fast.
Yeah, I've never been that lucky where you get in a school like that, and it's once in a while I'll find that, but more than likely it's just one at a time.
Okay.
So we're right on this rocky point, and I'm starting to see a few fish, one here, one there.
Okay.
You know, so
Couple
we're gonna
spots
just kind of,
open.
we're just gonna kind of get the depth. We're looking at. Right now I'm seeing fish at 19, 20 feet, they're right on the bottom. So that's what you want.
Nice.
You want them right laying on the bottom.
Okay. Why is the worm placed differently on here where the Texas rig it's hung long?
Oh, that's a good question, you know. Let me reel mine up and I'll show you. And that's
Okay.
that's a good question for a lot of people that are doing this. Is I've put this in the middle of this flick shake hook.
Okay.
Right in the middle, and that's called a wacky style.
Oh, that's pretty whack.
Oh, it's whack. It's wacky. Yeah, that's pretty whack. So this, in turn, is I Texas rig my my baits. You know, so by Texas rigging, I mean that they're not like yours, wacky style. Once in a while, I take my baits like this, and I would have them wacky style, but I put the worm back in the hook like this, and then that way it makes it weedless, so I'm not getting stuck. Okay. You're more of a viable to get stuck on a tree limb or a rock with that hook out, you know. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of fish here. Drop your line down real quick. Here's what we're looking at. There's a bunch of them here. So let it go straight down, and I'm just gonna hover right over the top of these. Keep feeding it line, let it go down. Keep letting it go down. There's a lot, 25 feet. It's gonna be a while because your little hook mine will go down. I got a little bit more weight on mine than you do. Yeah, just kind of shake it.
I think, maybe? No, probably just
Not
the
yet.
water.
Let it keep going. Let's see what, kind of drop your rod a little bit now and see if it's still sinking. Yours is. You only have a 1/16 of an ounce on there.
Really?
That's pretty light.
Yeah, so this could take a while, huh?
Oh yeah. Boy, there's a lot of fish down there. It's gonna take a while. There you go. You're on the bottom now.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to flick it a little bit, then you want to just let it drop back down.
Okay.
I'm dead sticking mine down there right on top of them.
So just kind of let the fish see them.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of fish down there. So.
Oh, there really is.
Yeah. Look at the graph. It's just full
Yeah.
of fish.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Now that you're an expert on reading the graph, because you can see it right from where you're at, but you can see all those lines. Those are all fish, every one of those.
Wow.
Okay, my line's getting tight.
Yeah. Do you have one?
I got one. Ooh, it feels good. Okay, watch your line a minute. He's coming your way.
Okay.
Now we're 26 feet deep, so I'm kind of just, oh no, he's getting in yours. Reel your line up. Oh no, that's all right. Did you get it?
No, Is
it stuck on mine?
He's on yours.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, come on, baby. Don't come off yet. Whoa. I've only got 6-pound test on this. I can't flick him in the boat. He's a big one. Oh. Oh, how about that?
There you go. That's a good one.
Isn't that a nice one? Look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh, its coloring is really nice.
Isn't that
Does it have any
pretty?
crawdads? No crawdads.
No crawdads, no.
Oh, dang.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah, it really is.
Whew. He ate the orange worm. So
Oh,
I
good thing
hate
you
to
got
turn him
more of it.
loose in the school, but we've got to, you know,
Yeah.
because we're going to keep fishing. So what I'm going to do is just let him go back,
Let him
and
swim
he'll go
away.
right back in there. You know, the reason I said I hate to turn him back into the school is because he'll go back down in there and mix with the fish. And I don't know what it is, but when you let fish go back in the school like that, sometimes they bite, sometimes they don't. But
Really?
I'm going to gamble that there are so many fish down there
Yeah.
in such a huge area that it'll work. Sometimes I take my worm like this.
Okay.
See how it's flat on one side?
Yeah.
And it's round on the other? I've learned that most people thread it so that it goes on the flat side, but I don't do that. I go on the side like this.
Okay.
See, I'm going right on the side of the
Oh,
worm.
yeah.
I'm not actually hooking it in the flat part of the worm. So I'm gonna hook it just like this.
And that's your Texas rig.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm rigging it Texas style.
Okay.
So when you rig this, you want to rig it as straight as possible, because if you don't, your line just
Yeah,
turns
he'll
like
get
this.
wrapped around.
And that's why I have that swivel,
Okay.
to take out the slack.
There you go.
So let me get back over the fish. And I drifted out to 30 feet. Most of those were in 24 to 30 feet deep. So let's go back out, get in the majority of those fish. You can get yours all fixed up. And then we'll find the fish again, and then there's actually fish down here in 30, but we let the fish go out here in 30, so let's move away from them, because chances are he's down there squealing to all the rest of them, you know.
Telling everyone to run.
Yeah, get out of here, we just got caught. So are you feeling any fish or anything going on with
I
yours?
keep feeling bumps, but I'm not sure if it's like the water just like pulling my fish line away.
I don't think it is, because that's a pretty sensitive head. So reel up a little bit. Your line went slack all of a sudden. Reel a little more. Reel a little more.
Okay.
You got a fish on. That's why you're feeling bumps.
Wow,
Easy.
this is real deep. Oh, I got one!
Oh my gosh. That's your second flick shake.
Yeah.
Flick shake worm.
Flick shake really is the way to go, huh?
It's pretty good. And look
Yeah.
where you caught him, right on the very top.
Dang.
So you've actually had that fish on for a while.
And so I just thought it was the water. pulling
Yeah.
it. Oh.
Because I'm looking at your line. And it's like, and you're down in 26 feet, and it's like slack, and I'm going, what the heck? So anytime like you feel a bump or you feel something like that, just
pull
reel
up.
a little bit, not
Just a
necessarily pull.
little?
Yeah, just reel. And did you notice how your rod like started to go like this, bend a little bit?
Yeah, it started to
So
curve
that's a very good tip to give the listeners. When you're flick shaking, drop shotting, or whatever, if you're not sure you have a bite like Amber did, and her line starts to bend over a little bit and she's reeling, and she keeps reeling, you're not stuck. The fish actually has that in his mouth. So either start reeling real fast or set the hook,
Okay.
right? So on the next one, try that. So let me get back up over these fish.
Okay.
I cast it
Oops.
a little further than that. Just a little. Well, you kind of You kind of really, I know it was a smaller fish, but when you reeled it up, you kind of like gave him the bends because he just like came up and he's like, did you see, he was like frozen?
Yeah.
So if we're gonna fish in 26, 27 feet, take your time a little bit more because what happens if we reel them up too fast,
They kind of.
then it gives them the bends, you know, in their stomachs and stuff. But he went down
Yeah.
and he's not floating anywhere, so that's a good thing.
So fish is still alive.
Yeah, so he's still alive
release.
and he swam away, you know. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
So, you know, you can go 1, 2, 3, and then hold that down.
Okay.
Let that go back down because
Oh, okay, let it
now
sink
you're on the
down.
bottom. So, you know, just 1, 2, 3, and then let it sit.
Okay.
You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let it sit. You getting a bite?
He's
Now you're-
pulling.
Okay, as your rod's dipping, set the hook. Jerk it.
Oh,
Hard. Reel. You got one. Reel.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going.
Okay. Start reeling, just nice and even.
Okay.
You actually got one on.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. Oh,
Did you get it?
there
Okay.
it is.
Oh, he's a little
Oh,
baby.
he's a baby.
Yeah.
He's a little baby
Sure
one.
is cute.
But
There you go.
there you go. That's probably what I had on
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Because
Tag team.
it was yeah. He probably was on mine and went over and bit yours. So, all right, little guy, go back and grow up. Let's throw back out there because oh, here's a whole bunch of them on the graph.
Oh,
Right?
yeah?
Drop,
Oh, I see
drop
them.
straight down.
Okay.
See him down there?
Yeah, I see that big plot.
We actually got off the point, but we're on the side of it. I'm seeing more fish on the side of it than I am on the front of it. Nice easy jerks, unless you got one on. Did you get bit again? Did you feel something?
Oh, no.
You know what? When you jerk it like that, what you're feeling is the worm.
Okay, so yeah, I can't tell really.
You gotta
It's
let
hard.
it drop to the bottom, and you'll actually feel a little tick
Fun?
like that. You'll
Okay.
feel a little thump most of the time.
Okay.
So you go straight down after those. I'm gonna go back up here.
Up to the shore.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we got fish up there and down here. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Because when the bite gets really bad,
Yeah.
I mean, the afternoon and boats are all over the lake. It's a holiday weekend. That's probably one of the better baits.
Really?
Yeah, because it's more of a finesse bait. Drop shot is a good bait, and you can catch them drop shotting, providing you have the right color. But flick shaking, there's something about them, you know, with that worm, you know, being sideways like that. So sometimes what I do is I'll take my worm and I'll make it wacky style on my drop shot.
It's pretty whack.
So yeah, pretty whacked out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my worm. See?
And
I'm
you're gonna put it on sideways?
I'm gonna put it on sideways, yeah.
Okay.
Just like this. Because if they
See
like
what
it like that,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
So I could fish my drop shot the same way. So I'm just gonna cast it out back up on the point,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna let it go down. And you kind of just make sure you go down on the bottom now. Are you down on the bottom?
No,
No, it's sinking. Let a little more line out.
Okay.
You gotta be down on that bottom. It's on the bottom now, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay. And then, you know, when you actually can do the lift thing too. You can kind of lift it up like this and then drop it down and let it go back down and sink on slack line.
Like you lift it from here?
No, just
No.
like this. Just
Oh, okay,
you're gonna
just
go
lift
just
the
like
pole.
this, a little, but a
Oh,
little, you know, just a
yeah.
little bit, 6 inches. And I could do the same thing because, see, I can lift it up and then drop it back down too.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, Amber,
Yeah?
it's 1:30. The wind's coming up. I think we caught enough fish. Did you catch enough?
I think I caught enough. This was a great first time fishing.
That was a good first time
Yeah.
fishing. I've taken a lot of people fishing and usually they don't get the hang of setting a hook because, you know, you have to set that hook to catch that fish in his mouth. Otherwise, we did lose a number of fish today.
Yes.
I mean, including me for not setting a hook real good, or they were biting the brush hog, the tail, and we were setting the hook, and I wasn't giving them a chance to eat it very much.
We're getting this.
But we'd like to thank you.
Well, thanks
Shake
so
my hand.
much.
Thank you for coming to our show today
Yeah,
and
thanks
fishing
for
with us.
letting me fish.
It's been a pleasure showing somebody brand new that never caught a bass how to catch a fish. So
yeah, anyone can do it.
anybody can do it, right? Doesn't matter who you are, So we're gonna have different people on all the time to kind of, have people get used to catching fish and showing them how it's done and bringing them out on a beautiful day like today.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's been a nice day, cloudy all morning long. The sun wasn't out, and now we can. The wind's blowing. It's starting to pick up, and we caught a few fish just right there. Even though we came in the back of this cove to hide, we still got blowing around. So
can't hide from the wind.
So on behalf of Fishing with Gary Senft, thank you all for tuning in and watching the videos.